Day 1 of making a game with no idea at all. So I do not know how to make a game, but I do want to make a game. So the first thing that I did was I went on Google and searched up how to make a game, and it turns out it's pretty simple. Well, I was wrong, it's not. On Google it said there are 6 steps. So the first one is define a game idea. So straight up I went to my favorite app, Paint. And I tried to describe the idea that I have in my mind. So there's gonna be a player, there's gonna be different levels and an enemy, right? Right? That's just everything a game has. So the next thing that I did, I searched up on Google which software should I use in order to make a game, and the first thing that came up was Unity. Then I decided to download Unity. Now that I have planned everything out, like the smart guy that I am, it's time to make the game. Day 2 of making a game with no experience at all. So today I decided to make some graphics for my game, but I had no idea where to start from. So after doing research for about 5 minutes, I found out that in order for me to make the graphics for my game, I have to learn the ancient technique of pixel art. Then I spent few hours trying to figure out how this stuff works, and eventually I came up with this character. And now after spending few hours trying to draw a single character, I think I'm pretty much an expert in pixel art. Then I decided to make a completely new character for my game because the current one is pretty basic and we don't do basic stuff here. I wanted my player to be scary, so I went up on Google and searched up the most feared animals in the world, and the first thing that came up was pretty surprising: a duck. So after choosing the main player to be a duck, I spent several hours trying to draw a duck. And after taking inspirations from various cartoon shows, I came up with this. Let's name him Dodo. I think I'll spend some more time drawing the graphics for my game and then I'll jump on to the coding stuff. Day 3 of making a game with no experience at all. So today, I spent some more time on Dodo and tried to make some of his animations. And this is the result. I think it's not perfect, but it works for now, I guess. Then I tried to give Dodo some clothes to wear because right now, he is completely naked. So I decided to give him a jacket, a suit, and a bunch of headgears. And this is the result. And then I found out that Dodo is Batman and also Superman for some reason. And I think for now I am done with the art stuff for the game and I will start the coding part tomorrow. Day 4 of making a game with no experience at all. So today I had to start making the game for real. As I have no idea how Unity works, I will be following Chris's tutorials on YouTube to learn. So first I started a Unity project and dropped down Dodo into it. And then when I ran the game, nothing happened. Then I taught Dodo some physics and told him about this thing known as gravity, and now he falls down just like an apple. Then I created a play movement script, and after writing few lines of code, I ran the game. And nothing happened. So it took me a while to find where the error is, and eventually I found it. And after turning off gravity, Dodo can now move in right and left direction. Day 5 of making a game with no experience at all. So today I had to get few things done. First thing that I did was I created a background for my game. I decided to draw a basic sky background for now. And after adding the background, it's already looking so much better. Then I wanted the camera to follow Dodo wherever he goes, and it was pretty simple to do. Then I wanted to add some animations to Dodo when he is moving and when he is not. So to do that I had to create an animator that would transition the animations from one state to another. And after writing a few lines of code, the animations are working. But there's a minor issue. Animations do work perfectly when Dodo is facing the right direction, but when I try to move him in the left direction, he does moves in the left direction, but the animation stays the same. So in order to fix that, I had to flip Dodo whenever he is facing in the left direction. And after doing that, now the animations are working perfectly. Day 6 of making a game with no experience at all. So last night I was thinking about how I can make this fat duck run, but I wanted to make his run really iconic. So I came up with a really nice idea of teaching him how to run in Naruto style, and this is what it looks like. And after creating the Naruto style run animation for Dodo, I implemented the animation in the game using the same concept of adding a new transition state and changing the speed whenever he tries to run. And now Dodo can stand, walk, and run. But the thing is, right now Dodo doesn't even have a platform to walk or run on. So the next thing that I decided to do was, I created a ground texture for the game and I added it to the game using Unity's tile map feature. and it was pretty fun to do. And after adding the tile map to the game, I can finally say that Dodo now has a platform to stand and run on. Day 7 of making a game with no experience at all. So today I wanted to finish all the basic mechanisms of Dodo. As I have already added the standing, walking and the running mechanism, all that I have to do now is teach Dodo how to jump. So in order to do that, I'll have to fix the platform Dodo is standing on. Because right now if I turn on gravity, Dodo just falls through the platform. So to fix that, I will have to make the ground solid and I'll have to add a collider to Dodo. And after doing that, Dodo no longer falls to the platform. The next thing that I did was I quickly created a jumping and a falling animation. Then I wrote a script to make Dodo jump. And after doing that, Dodo can now jump and fall. And I can play around with his jump impulse. And if I change it to 15, this is what it looks like. Day 8 of making a game with no experience at all. So today, Dodo went to a supermarket as he wanted to buy a weapon. But when he looked around for a weapon, he saw many weapons like a sword, a knife, a stick and a hammer. So he decided to go with the most lethal weapon of them all, a fish. Bro, who is writing this script? Now that Dodo decided to choose a fish as a weapon, I had to draw his animation of him holding a fish, running with the fish and attacking someone with the fish. But then I realized Dodo doesn't even have someone to hit with the fish. So I decided to draw a wolf-like enemy for Dodo. And at first, it turned out to be pretty scary. So I had to fix it and make it more family friendly, and this is the final result. And now Dodo finally has an enemy to slap with the fish. Day 9 of making a game with no experience at all. So today, I wanted to add the attack state to Dodo, but first I had to fix a couple of issues. One of the issue was that when I tried to jump near the wall, I usually used to get stuck in the wall. So to fix that, I had to add a few lines of code and change his collision box, and he no longer gets stuck in the wall. Then I wanted to teach Dodo how to attack, and the process of doing that was pretty simple. And Dodo now can attack whenever I press the left key on the mouse. And before going to bed, I wanted to draw a projectile weapon for Dodo, and I decided to go for a water gun, and this is what it looks like. Day 10 of making a game with no experience at all. So I had a dream last night that Dodo was stuck in the middle of a jungle, and when he was trying to find his way out, a crocodile just jumped out of the pond and tried to attack Dodo. But Dodo slapped the crocodile back into the pond with his fish, and that's why I decided to draw a crocodile enemy for the game. I wanted him to be scary, but unfortunately he isn't. The crocodile turned out to be pretty cute, so to make him scary, all I had to do was turn his eyes red, and tada! The crocodile is no longer cute. I mean, he still is, but it works. And I also decided to draw a flying enemy, and the animal that I went for was a vulture, and I think it turned out to be pretty cool. And I also updated the tile set for the game, as I added some new features like signboards, mushrooms, flowers, etc.